not come up with a solid location. Now, I will tell you that we have individuals that are assisting us, and I want to point special attention to an individual who's gone up and down and attempted to help us secure video footage, and that's Mr. Gamez, Shane Gamez of Prescott. I hope you're watching right now because he independently has multiple businesses up there and homes, and he's taken it on himself to go search and see if there's any video footage, and gave Lieutenant Nicholson a thumb drive of hours and hours and hours of footage that we have to go over to try to pin a time and a date where that 2009 F-150 drove by his business. So I want to say thank you to Mr. Gamez, the Prescott business owner. We also know that next week we're going to have 40,000 eyes in the fields throughout Michigan because of opening day. And what we're looking for, based on what we have in this truck, is a 2-track, a road, a small ditch where Higgins drove, and then disposed of Kelly's body. We know in the back of that 2009 gray Ford pickup truck, he had digging tools. We don't have any results of that dirt, but we do know that there was debris and dirt on those tools. And we believe that he drove somewhere, and then not far from the vehicle, she was buried. So to anybody out there who is going up to their hunting blinds for the first time, we're looking for something that looks disturbed. I know we had a leaf drop, but most people know their property well enough that they see ruts. If they see anything that is unusual, certainly call 911. If you're back in the field and you don't want to lose your spot, just do something to mark it. And we're working with the Ogama County Sheriff. We'll send a car there to secure it, and we'll be up there as well. But we need the assistance of every Michigan hunter that's going to hit the fields like the greatest search party ever on November 15th. I will tell you that we have additional search warrants out. The one that's probably going to be key to me and to this team is Higgins' phone. We want to thank our friends for the FBI. Remember, he smashed it in half, but it was still giving off a signal. The FBI is rebuilding that phone. And when we rebuild it, we're able to do a forensic download. And on that phone is going to be different things that he had ordered and what he said, places he went, GPS. So we're looking to add more intel to find out where he was. There's only one person besides Kelly who knows where she is, and that is he. And of course, he killed himself. I will say that Lieutenant Sadler, based on our investigation, also we sent one to Google. And I find it interesting that just a few months before she went missing, we had 3 unusual Google searches from Higgins himself. Number one, how far do you have to bury a phone not to be tracked by electronic surveillance devices? Number 2, is it legal to camp on state land without a permit? We do know that Higgins was a survivalist. He had gear in his truck. He was a nomad. Even in Flushing City, people will say that he didn't associate with anybody. He had a death stare. We know that he was premeditated from that domestic post that he had from 6 years ago that was so demeaning of a domestic partner. So we know this was in his mind, but the Google searches that he did, they paint a picture like this next one. What's the definition of avenge? Not revenge, avenge. Where he has defined himself as the attacker. That's why we know this is premeditated. He thought about it, he planned it, and we're trying to backtrack all these days, weeks, and months and years that he did plan this violent attack and death of Kelly. We will continue to give updates. The property, we should get an update tomorrow from the lab. As I said, we have 10 pieces of biological property and technological property up at the lab. We have 10 more to go. We're looking forward to seeing what the FBI is doing with that phone. They give us about another week, and they'll have that done. Then we get that phone, we make an image of it, and we get to transfer that data into a software to interpret. We're on the right track. As I said to one of Kelly's friends today at the county board, we will not stop. We're not going to ever close this case until she is found and given a proper homegoing. But we are going to continue to do this and other things. I want everybody to know that if you have or see something in any of the cases that we do or anybody else, to just feel free to come forward. We will protect you. We're still looking for the one who wrote out that tip. We will protect you. Tramble, if you come forward and tell us where Ms. Horton is, we will We will treat you with the respect that you deserve, doing the right thing, but you cannot just take a 15-year-old and not be identified. So any questions about either one of those cases or Kelly?
On the Kelly case, any results on the soil, and maybe that's coming tomorrow, and then a follow-up on the investigation. Is there anything in your investigation into this missing 15-year-old to lead you to believe that she has been harmed in any way? Have you found anything that might be disturbing?
The question is the dirt on the shovels. That's the Michigan State Horticulture Department. That's going to be weeks and months down the line. That is not what's at the lab. So I have no results on that. The second question about Horton is, again, do we believe she's in danger? She was not forcibly put into that truck. The video surveillance at Kersley shows that she walked in there. Now, what we don't have, because it's Snapchat, many times those records are deleted for a purpose, and we don't have his phone, we don't know the conversation. What caused her to go with him? Was there a threat? Did he try to persuade her? Did he groom her? We don't know that yet. So we're treating it as, yes, she's in danger, but we don't have anything that says that she's been harmed physically as of right now, but we treat it as such. When she is rescued and we take her and get her interviewed, if she discloses this happened or that happened, then we'll move accordingly. But we treat it as a 15-year-old was taken. She doesn't have consent to do this right now, so until proven otherwise, we're giving it the highest attention.
Has she been taken before?
She's not been taken before, but she does have a history of some runaway in the past. You know, clearly being a ward of Department of Health and Human Services, you can see there's probably a history there. There's probably a deeper need that we're going to address. This is the first time that my office has ever had any interaction with Horton. But if there's a situational need, a mental health need, an addiction need, whatever it is, we're going to try to fill that so it doesn't happen again. But we got to find her safe, get with Tramble, interview him, find out if he has any culpability, put this case to rest, and then move on. How do we keep it from happening again? Not only from Horton, but others that are in that situation. Kersley's not, the only school in this community that is doing this, and there's no school that's immune from something like this. So this is why we have, 17 school resource officers, and we have our school relationships with other SROs. There are people that are in our elementary, middle schools, and high schools that need this type of protection, and we're going to make sure we give it to them.
Do you believe she wants to be found?
Yeah, I really do. The question is, does she want to be found? I do. But the issue is she wants to be found, and she wants whatever caused her to leave in the first place fixed. And that's what we're going to, that's what we call the police evolution. Just don't treat the symptom, fix the problem.
I'm sorry, I know you said mom did not have custody. Is dad in the picture at all, or any of the immediate family? I know you said she's in
Right.
the States.
Yeah, she doesn't have an immediate family that has any custody with her. Dad is out of the picture. Bio mom lives in the area. We're working, some of those leads to find out. But a foster family is the one who had custody of her that answers to the state. Yes.
Now, is the mother and Trumbull, as you say, we don't know their relationship. They did have one. We don't know though.
Correct. She did know him from the past, but to the depth of that, we're still looking into it. Again, we just got this complaint as the sheriff's office, estimated around 4:30 p.m. Genesee Township was made aware of it Tuesday morning, which is yesterday, and had some time to get it. So we're putting a lot of those pieces back together. The priority is to identify and find her and Tramble.
Can you tell us who called Genesee Township? Was it the foster family or was it the school?
No, the Department of Health and Human Services contacted the school because the school is required, did a fabulous job reporting, and she didn't show up for school. Just like a parent would be called if their child didn't show up for school. Again, thank you for everything, and we'll give you another briefing as things progress. Have a safe day.
Ours is off.